Notre Dame quarterback Brandon Wimbush is coming off his worst performance in an Irish uniform, getting benched before halftime in last week's loss to Miami.
The Countdown's Alex Wilcox joins us live from the Stadium in Concourse. Alex, Wimbush's first year has been quite the ride.
Yeah, sure it has, Chuck. It's really been one of the biggest roller coasters you'll find with all the ups and downs this season. But all season long, Brian Kelly has talked about the continued development of his quarterback, all of which makes last week's debacle against Miami even more puzzling. Brandon Wimbush is undoubtedly a game changer. It just hasn't always been in Notre Dame's favor.
Sometimes you just don't have a good game, and that was, this past Saturday was one of those days.
On the biggest stage, Irish quarterback Brandon Wimbush had his worst game.
There's the pick. Jaquan Johnson will be the first wearer of the turnover chain tonight.
After 2 third-down conversions on the opening drive, Wimbush didn't complete another pass in the first half, throwing 2 interceptions before being benched late in the second quarter, with the game all but over.
It's tough as a competitor to have someone take your spot, but I knew it was for the greater good. And
he returned in the second half and added Notre Dame's lone touchdown of the game, but it made little difference on a monumental night.
Slips out of a tackle, stutter steps, scores!
He's had an up and down season in his first year under center, matching the highs
Wimbush got a block, touchdown Notre Dame!
With the lows.
Quarterback change as Ian Book, the sophomore.
He's set records, rushing for more touchdowns in a single season than any other quarterback in Notre Dame history, and battled injuries, missing the North Carolina game with a hurt foot. Now the question is, can he bounce back?
We're getting to know him in a sense of, being in the fire, having to compete at the highest level, and then, having to deal with the ups and downs. So, we're kind of getting to know him. How is he going to handle adversity? Does he have the grit necessary? Does he have the passion and the perseverance? I think he does, but we're learning as you are.
Wimbush believes in himself.
you just leave it in the past, man. I think I'm doing a good job of that, and you can't go back and revisit the past. You can't do anything about it. Understand the type of player you are, the type of offense you've been running, and we're one of the top offenses in the country, so we're not taking a step back there. We're just moving forward.
But the real answer will come these next 2 weeks.
We'll find out a lot about him, as he bounces back. I think he's going to bounce back really well, but I think the answer to your question is he's going to get a chance to show everybody on Saturday.
Now, one thing I found interesting was that Wimbush said he didn't think he ran the ball last week against the Canes. He did have 11 rushes, which is what he's averaging this season, but for just 24 yards. It was also the first game that he's played in this season that he didn't have a rushing touchdown. His mobility is clearly his strength right now, and the Irish still have plenty to play for. But if they want to finish out the season strong, they're going to need more consistent play from their signal caller. Guys?
No doubt about that. Thank you very much, Alex.